I'm going to paraphrase your question again. Essentially, your question simply is, these rates of interest that we have just, elaborated on, one is never likely to find any bank that will pay them. One may be lucky to find bank that will pay 2%, you pay 3%, and maybe maximum 5%. But when you begin to talk about 10%, 11, 12, 13, up to 20%, what bank would pay such a rate? Evidently, none. None. Because the bank is not in the money doubling business. So what do I do when I want to grow my portfolio and enjoy that high rate of interest? Then you have to go beyond merely saving. You now have to take some very, very proactive measures to ensure that you can earn this kind of return on your money. There are several ways to go about it. Number one is forming a cooperative. A cooperative that brings together a lot of people who have the same goal. I'm not talking of those who will come in and say, I want to borrow. No. I'm talking of all of you having the same goal of growing your investments, growing your money, and attaining a certain rate of return and achieving a certain amount over a certain period. We can decide that every day we'll be contributing, instead of 1 naira on a daily basis, let's even be contributing 100 naira every day. 100 naira every day. And many of us can afford that. That's about 3,000 naira in a month, 100 naira every day. Many of us can. And so we drive membership of this cooperative, drive it to 100, 200, 300, and have the target of 1,000 members. So actively draw up a program of action that can mobilize and increase our numbers to 1,000. Now imagine 1,000 of us bringing in 100 naira every day. What does that translate to? That translates to 100,000 naira every day. 100,000 naira every day from us would translate to close to 3 million naira every month. 3 million naira every month is now substantial, is enough for us, even in this climate right now, to target real estate, land somewhere, and say, okay, can we just use this 3 million, buy this land? It belongs to the 1,000 of us. The next month, another 3 million comes in, we fence the land, and we get it. And we immediately put it up for sale. We immediately put it up for sale. So it's in the market. Within all things being equal, depending on the demand and supply, depending on location, let us say it takes you 6 months to sell. In 6 months, if you had bought it for 3 million, now you have cleared it, you have fenced it, you have gated it, everything comes to about 6 million, you can conveniently sell that place for 9 million. That's already 50% in 6 months. But remember, even in the intervening 4 months, you have raised another 100 naira per day, which is about 3 million every month again, and you have already targeted another site. You have bought, you have fenced, so you are committing about 6 million to each plot. So in 6 months, you have had about 3 acquisitions, and you have flipped one already, which now generates another close to 9 million for you. 9 million, you are still contributing your 100 naira per day. You are 1,000 people in number, so you're 3 million per month. By this time, you can have close to 12 million available to buy to buy land. So this time, instead of buying one, you're probably buying either in a better location or you are buying more plots, so to speak. So in a year, by the end of a year, you find that your rate of return is more than 100%, not even 20%. So this one requires creative strategy. Be well beyond just putting money idly in a bank. So I'm not even talking of taking risky investments or risky whatever. So you are acquiring and buying real estate. If that is all you are doing, you can achieve even 50% per annum. And then by the third, fourth year, you're actually buying in a prime location, and rather than buy and sell, you are now putting it on lease or on rent. So you now begin to have cash flow that is coming in, while the value of the asset is also appreciating. Now remember, even if it is not a short-term plan. Remember we said after a long time. So you cannot be thinking of investing for just 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. No. It must be a long-term plan. Minimum of 15 years. Consistently. Okay? Minimum of 15 years. Going to 30 years together. By the time you guys have done 20 years, each of you is not just a millionaire. Each of you is financially free. That is the truth. But it is a long-term plan. After a long time, and then rate of interest. Some rate of interest. Some rate of interest. Do you get the picture now? Do you get the picture?
Yes.
Right. So it requires some creative thinking. It requires some financial intelligence. It requires some diligent application of money, It requires leverage, to leverage on other people, because your money alone can't do this job. So we require to grow our numbers. Once we grow our numbers, we can create enough, bargaining power, enough purchasing power to begin to earn this kind of rate of return. Certainly, your own 1 naira can't do it. So what do? Increase what you are putting down. Instead of 1 naira, make it 100 naira per day. But instead of it being only you, get 100, get 1,000. If you can get 1,000, there is nothing you cannot do. Remember what we said before. When you can network properly, nothing is impossible. Because you are not leveraging your numbers. You are not harnessing the power of numbers. You can begin to do what the rich do. Even though all of you are not yet rich. Okay? The power in your numbers combined with your little contributions, combined with financial intelligence, combined with the right investments, you will exceed 20% per annum, certainly. So the beauty of that cooperative, I just mentioned one. I just mentioned that cooperative and I stretched it. The beauty of the cooperative approach is that you are no longer alone. There are others who are on the same journey with you. If you want to travel far, travel together. Join hands together. Okay? So when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. The lion that is facing you is acute shortage of fund, money coming into your hands. That's your lion. To kill it, come together. To tie it, come together. To contain it, come together. To conquer it, come together. So we must learn to network with others. We must learn to work with others who are going in the same direction as we are. So that requires education. It requires understanding. It requires patience. It requires focus. It requires diligence. It requires unity of purpose. We are able to do that. This is within everybody's reach. So you can imagine all of us, the 1,000 of us, becoming millionaires. using this in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and we become financially free. It is awesome. It is doable. You can do it. You can do it. Start where you are, but begin to look for like-minded people, and your own goals must be so clear to you that you are unwavering in your resolve to achieve. And once that is in place, nothing can stop you. Thank you.